All right, so an update on Fubo here. I can see, looking at this, I was right the beginning of last week, so the week's over now. It is currently Saturday, so the market is closed. But I was right at the beginning of the week. I was targeting 280, and by Wednesday it hit 272. And then I thought maybe it had, I remember it had this was Wednesday, so yeah, it sold off on Wednesday. And I thought maybe we got a bit of a pump if it got any sort of support here, which it did not. It completely blew through this, so I never took this trade. I just marked it up. But yeah, I was hopeful that it would hit 280, but I mean, I should have. I didn't see this, and it actually makes a little bit more sense now. But probably like once it hit 272 and kind of sold off, like that probably was it for the week. I should have known that. But there's a liquidity area right here on the 4-hour, which price came into and then sold off from there. You can see it actually retested with this 4-hour candle here. So I mean, that really was enough confirmation to say that, well, probably the bulls for the week are done. But I missed that, so it does happen. So yeah, completely sold off. So I said, pull back here, and then it just boom right through it. So never really pulled back; it just completely broke through. So we'll reanalyze this, and we'll see what we're kind of looking at for next week. So we'll just clear all this up, start fresh here. Right here, clean this up, and this. Okay, so I can see it's already at support still. So did actually break below the, that's the 4-hour. So yeah, so it's still above the daily moving average, so that's good. We can consider it bullish. It is at an area of interest right here, area of liquidity. You can actually drag this all the way through. This is actually a really good area, right around the 235 area. See, price respected it here, broke with this candle, and then when it came down, respected here, finally broke again, and then broke above, rejected here. So you can see this area is really significant. You see last couple weeks or whatever here, it's really respected it multiple times. So, and Friday's close here, pretty, it's almost a doji candle. It's pretty indecisive, hitting this zone. So there is a good chance that it gets bought up here because, again, we are technically bullish because we're above this moving average, so we have to keep that into consideration. We did technically, this is hard to say, it kind of made, this wick came lower, but you can see as far as the body close, this is a higher low than this one. This one is relatively the same as this one, so like it is trying, I mean, it really is just overall kind of ranging the last, basically month, I guess, since mid-September. It's just between 280 and 230 kind of thing. So but I would look for a buy here. I mean, this zone's pretty safe. Obviously, if it breaks through the zone, then no. But as far as Friday's close the entire day, granted Fridays are usually low volume, but it came into the zone barely and pulled back. So if we break it down on the smaller time frames here, you can actually see on the 4-hour time frame, you do have a higher low. So this low is higher than this one's higher than this one. So there is and actually it's higher than this one too. So there is a baby trend here. So that's what we're kind of looking to hold. And then, yeah, I would target, I mean, maybe not 280 this week. Maybe just target the upper range right here. So roughly, 270. Because, I mean, we tried to hit 280 and we couldn't do it last week. So, I think 270 is a bit safer of a bet. And then as far as entry, you just kind of wait for, the right price action. So come Monday, breaking above, I would say at least here. So there's a little zone here. Breaking above 240 and holding, or, breaking above 240 and then retesting slightly below it. Or even if we just got a big, if your 4-hour open candle on Monday is, engulfs this one, then let's say it engulfs this one and closes above 240. So something like we'll draw it up here, something like this, right above 240. If it's something like this, if we get a candle like that, then probably good to enter for the week. Maybe even just wait for another 4-hour candle, and if it pulls back at all and then rejects, let's say it rejects this trend line, then you're good to enter. But and then as far as stops, I mean, this whole zone's probably good. Like, it's probably pretty fair. I mean, you'd still get over a 3 risk to reward, so that's fantastic. Really, you could cinch your stop up to like this previous low, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think this overall zone is a liquidity zone, so like if you wanted a more probable trade, all you would do is actually extend this a little bit throughout this zone, so it decreases your your risk reward, but it increases your probability. So it's kind of whatever you think. I mean, it has been creating higher lows, although these wicks get, like, you know, the body's closed higher, but these wicks came down, right? So you don't want, if the market decides to do a liquidity grab, you don't want it to come through and bust out your stop just to have it rocket back up and you be right. So sometimes keeping your stop a little bit lower, you know, just pays off for the long term. So yeah, and then as far as like the week, let's just see what we're kind of looking at. So next week is Monday the 23rd all the way to Friday. Holy, that's the end of the month already, just like that, pretty much. Holy. Okay, so Friday the 27th. So this is your whole week here. Our weekly range, it did do 42 cents last week, and still on average does about 53. So I think this is, let's see, this is 36. So definitely within range, even if it dips into this zone a little bit. It's within range for the week. So well within the range. So I think that's fair. So I think overall this is a pretty good trade setup. You're basically it's just a range trade. It's a range trade favoring the upside potential, you know, because I think we are still like technically bullish. It's above this moving average. Really, it's been ranging since mid-September, but it's above this moving average. So, and it is creating somewhat higher lows. So yeah, that's my take on Fubo here. I think this is a pretty solid trade for next week. You know, it doesn't want to break this zone. We had good bullish momentum last week into this upper zone here, so it did sell off, but it did make a higher low. So I think it is trying to go higher. So see if we get the momentum this week. So that's my take on Fubo. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you want to see next. You know, Forex, crypto, stocks, I trade them all. I look at them all. I love breaking them down for you. You just got to let me know which ones you want. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one.